All right, welcome back to PreCal. This was a continuation of the 1.5 operations and composition of functions. So as we look at this one, what I might do here, I'm going to use color on purpose. And what I'm going to do, this is g of something is equal to 1 minus 2 of that something squared. So it's 1 minus 2 times whatever the x value is squared. So in this particular problem, what they're asking us to plug in is 1 minus root 3. So I'm going to take out wherever I see x and put in 1 minus root 3. So when I do, I end up getting 1 minus 2 times, when I square this, here is something that, that I think you should know. And if you don't know it, then it's worth going and writing it somewhere, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on your wall right above wherever you're working, put it somewhere so that you see it all the time. And that's that a plus or minus b squared is equal to a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared. And this should just be something that you know, that this is just second nature. You don't have to think about this. We use this so much that you should be really familiar with that. If you are already, fantastic. If not, there is still time to get up to speed. So this becomes 1 minus 2 times root 3 plus root 3 squared is 3. So cleaning that mess up a little bit, I get 1 minus, this is 2 times, well, 1 plus 3 is 4 minus 2 root 3. Distributing through, 1 minus 8 plus 4 root 3. 1 minus 8, this is going to be equal to a negative 7 plus 4 root 3. Okay? Now the next one, they're asking us to do g of x plus h. And the purpose in that is about to become obvious when we see this next one. And actually this becomes, the reason behind that becomes obvious when you take calculus. So we're not just doing random stuff to make you crazy. We're doing it, there's a method behind our madness. Okay, so I'm going to cruise along and say, well, let's use new colors. Green, and this would be equal to 1 minus 2 times something squared, and our something squared is now, let's go with pink, is now x plus h. And so what this gives me is I have 1 minus 2 times, well, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. There's that just for consistency's sake. 1 minus 2x squared minus 4xh minus 2h squared. And this one, there's not really a standard form per se. So you could, when you have multiple variables, so we could stop here, we could rearrange it. It doesn't matter a whole lot. Okay, the next one is the difference formula, and we use it a lot in calculus. And so so what we'll do is f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So I'm going to use color on purpose, and this becomes, so I'm going to do f in blue, and this will be red. Oops, let's pretend that's red. And then minus f of x in green, and then we'll do that all over h in black. Okay, that got messy, but hopefully you can figure out what we're doing here. So changing color all the time, here we go. This becomes, well, it's a negative 2 times something plus 4. That something happens to be x plus h. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to subtract away the original function, negative 2x plus 4, and then everybody gets divided by h. Okay, so in this one, this now says a negative 2x minus 2h plus 4. That came from the blue. The green becomes plus 2x minus 4 all over, oh, I forgot to change colors, but it doesn't really matter, h. So now here's the cool part. What happens is everybody in green cancels. Notice a positive 2x and a negative 2x are gone. Plus 4 minus 4 equals 0, they're gone. And so this now gives us, this will now equal negative 2h over h, which the h's cancel, and it gives me negative 2. And that's that very first one. So we have done the difference quotient on this function f of x that was equal to negative 2x plus 4. This doesn't make a ton of sense to us today, but it will be hugely important when you get to calculus. Okay, the next one, they've given us a little more challenging of a problem. And okay, here we go. So it's the difference quotient will be 2 times x plus h squared minus 3 times x plus h plus 1. This now has x plus h. And then we're going to subtract away. Notice I keep that in parentheses so that I remember to distribute my negative. And then everybody is getting divided by h. Okay, so now we're going to be really glad that we memorized, where did it go? We memorized this right here, that a plus b squared. Coming back, this gives me 2x squared plus, it would be 2xh, but we're going to multiply that by 2 and get 4xh plus 2h squared. I'm sorry, I foiled it and distributed at the same time because I'm lazy. I mean efficient. And we're distributing that negative. Life is good. Did I get that all correct? Yes, I did. Everybody now is being divided by h. Okay, and then the next thing, notice everybody in green cancels with somebody in blue. What that gives me is now a 4xh plus 2h squared minus 3h all over h. Well, so what we notice too, everybody has an h, or you could think of this as I can factor out that h. And this h on top cancels with that h on bottom, and my final answer for the difference quotient. You know what? They don't call it the difference formula. I'm going to disagree with my fellow teacher. We're going to call this the difference quotient. And the final answer becomes 4x plus 2h minus 3. And that's the answer for that one. Very good. Okay, I'm going to make another video for the composition of functions and come back and find that in a minute.